Hello, and welcome to Hello Nightmare. We all do it. Late night drive, tank running low. You pull off the highway into the first gas station you see. Fluorescent lights, empty parking lot, maybe one other car. It feels safe enough. It feels normal enough. But tonight, two people are going to tell you what happened to them when they stopped at the wrong gas station at the wrong time of night. After these stories, you may think twice before pulling off that exit ramp alone. Lights on, doors locked. Let's begin. The attendant smiled at her from behind the glass, but his eyes weren't looking at her face. They were looking at something standing directly behind her, and when she turned around, the parking lot was empty. Story 1: The Attendant. Location: rural Missouri, Interstate 44, November, 2 a.m. Cassandra was driving alone. She was a 27-year-old nurse driving back from her parents' house after Thanksgiving, a 6-hour drive, mostly highway, mostly dark. She had made this drive a dozen times before. She knew the route, she knew the stops. But this particular November night, the weather had pushed her off her usual path. Detours, road closures. She was on an unfamiliar stretch of Interstate 44, somewhere in rural Missouri, when her gas light came on. She wasn't worried. She had a quarter tank still. She had time. But the rain was getting heavier. The road was getting darker. And 15 minutes later, she saw the glow of a gas station sign cutting through the rain. She pulled in. The station was old, small, one of those places that looks like it hasn't been renovated since 1987. 2 pumps under a flickering fluorescent canopy, a small convenience store attached, 1 light on inside. 1 car parked at the far end of the lot, engine off, no one visible inside. She pulled up to the pump, got out into the cold rain, started fueling. That's when she noticed the attendant. He was standing behind the glass of the convenience store window, watching her. Not unusual, attendants watch the pumps. She didn't think twice. She pulled her jacket tighter and looked back at the pump counter. When she looked up again, he was still watching, but something about the way he was standing had changed. He was leaning forward slightly, both hands flat on the counter, eyes fixed on her. No, not on her, behind her. She turned around. The parking lot was empty, just rain hitting wet asphalt, the dark road beyond. She turned back. The attendant was still at the door of the store. He had opened it slightly. He was looking past her into the lot with an expression she couldn't read. Not friendly, not aggressive, focused. Her pump clicked off, tank full. She grabbed the nozzle and started to put it back. The attendant stepped fully outside into the rain. He wasn't looking at her at all now. He was looking at the far end of the parking lot, near the parked car. She followed his gaze. The parked car was still there, engine still off, but now someone was sitting in it. She could see the silhouette in the driver's seat, just sitting, not moving. She hadn't seen anyone get in. She put her gas cap back on and walked quickly toward the store to pay. She wanted to be inside, under the light, near another person. She pushed through the door. The attendant came back inside behind her. He didn't say anything. He walked to the window and kept watching the parked car. She put her card on the counter. He didn't look at it. "Did you come alone?" he asked quietly, still watching the window. "Yes," she said. "Why?" He finally looked at her. "That car has been there since 11 p.m. Nobody got out of it." but somebody just got in. She looked out the window. The silhouette was still there, still not moving, and then, slowly, the head turned toward the store window, toward them. The attendant grabbed the phone on the counter. "I'm calling the sheriff," he said. "You stay inside." She stood frozen at the counter, watching the car. For 11 minutes, nothing moved. Then the sheriff arrived. 2 deputies pulled into the lot with lights on. They approached the parked car. They shone their flashlights inside. Empty. No one in the driver's seat. No one in the car. Nothing. Deputies searched the entire property, the road, the tree line behind the station. Nothing. The car itself was reported stolen, taken from a town 40 miles east 3 days earlier. Nobody could explain the silhouette. Nobody could explain where it went. But as Cassandra finally pulled out of the station and back onto the highway, she looked in her rearview mirror one last time. The attendant was standing outside in the rain again, watching her drive away. And just before the station disappeared from view, she saw it. A figure standing at the tree line behind the station, perfectly still, watching her taillights fade into the dark. Story 2, Pump 7. Location, rural Georgia, Highway 341, August, 11:45 p.m. This story was submitted by a man named Derek. Derek was 34, driving back from a fishing trip with a truck bed full of gear and a cooler of ice, tired, ready to be home. He pulled into a gas station off Highway 341 in rural Georgia, one of those big travel stops, bright lights, lots of pumps, a subway inside, looked busy enough even at midnight. He pulled up to Pump 7, got out, started fueling. The lot was fairly busy for that time of night. Truckers, a family in a minivan, couple of college kids grabbing snacks. Normal. He leaned against his truck and pulled out his phone while the tank filled. That's when the woman appeared. She came from the side of the building, not from inside the store, not from a car, from the narrow, dark alley between the gas station building and the car wash next door. She was maybe 40 years old, dark hair, jeans and a white t-shirt, no jacket despite the Georgia heat being replaced by a surprisingly cool night. She walked directly to Derek. "Excuse me," she said quietly. "I need help." He looked up from his phone. She looked normal enough, but her eyes were darting around the lot constantly, looking at every person, every car, scanning. "What's wrong?" he asked. "There's a man following me," she whispered. "He's been following me since Macon. I got out of my car at the last stop, and he took it. I've been walking for 2 hours. Please, I just need a ride to the next town." Derek felt the pull of sympathy immediately. A woman, alone, frightened. But something else pulled at him too. Something quieter, in the back of his mind. He looked around the lot. "Where is he now?" Derek asked. "The man following you." She shook her head. "I don't know. He was here. He followed me here. I saw his car pull in." "What does he look like?" She opened her mouth to answer, and then her eyes went to something over Derek's shoulder, and the color drained completely from her. Derek turned around slowly. A man was standing at the pump directly behind him, Pump 8, filling up a dark sedan. He looked completely ordinary, baseball cap, jacket, middle-aged, but he was staring at the woman with an expression Derek described as patient, the way a person looks when they are simply waiting for something they know is coming. Derek pulled out his phone and called 911. The man at pump 8 didn't run, didn't move, just stood there, smiling faintly. The 911 dispatcher answered. Derek turned slightly to speak into the phone. It took 4 seconds. He turned back. The man at pump 8 was gone. The nozzle was hanging loose, still dripping fuel on the asphalt. His car was gone. Derek turned to the woman. She was gone too. He spun around, looked across the entire lot. Neither of them anywhere. A trucker 2 pumps over had watched the whole thing. He walked over to Derek slowly. "That happened fast," the trucker said quietly. "You see where they went?" "No," Derek said. The trucker was quiet for a moment, staring at the empty pump 8. Then he said, "That